Welcome back to 2nicoles, 1 podcast with our mini-series capturing the Bachelorette. We're on episode 4. So, Nicole, did you watch the show?
I mean, was it even a show last night? I don't even... Oh, God.
It was something.
Alright, I guess let's just dive into this shit show it was.
Yep.
So the guys are pissed.
Yeah,
shocker, right?
Bit, yeah.
Yeah. So basically that's how the episode opens. Their guys are just talking about how they're pretty much pissed off about the whole Dale thing. They feel Claire's being super ungenuine to them, which, you know, I agree. And they just want Claire to come clean.
Mm-hmm.
So then it kind of flash forwards to Chris goes in to talk to Claire, and he's like, hey, like, look, the guys are pissed. Like,
yes.
you can't be doing this, you know, where's your head at? He just kind of, like, gathers all that. And then Chris basically flat out asks her, like, don't, like, lie to me. Like, were you and Dale talking before?
Mm-hmm.
And she, you know, no, absolutely not, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, like, I'm not buying it for a second that they weren't talking before.
Yep.
Like, I really, really am not buying it. And to me, it just doesn't seem, I don't know.
Yes, I think we should dive into the details of the episode before we really give our opinions, because we have pretty strong opinions on what went on.
So, you're right, I should stop.
Yes.
Because I'll get, there'd be like a 40-hour.
Yeah.
So, basically, she says that she's done, and she just wants to be with Dale. So,
yes.
So, Chris was like, all right. So, he goes in, and he sees the guys, and he basically says that Claire's made her decision, and she's done, and doesn't want a ceremony, doesn't want a cocktail party, and he asks to see Dale outside. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the guys are all like, why does he need to see Dale? Whatever. So, he gets up, takes Dale outside, and Chris proceeds to tell Dale that Claire just wants to spend the night with him. That's why there's no ceremony or cocktail reception. So they go to dinner, and Claire's basically just telling about the love story between her parents and how they like barely knew each other before they were engaged. And Dale kind of says something similar along the lines about his parents, and he wishes his mother could have met her because she had passed away. And then she's like, I'm in love with you, and he's like, me too. And then they go back to her place and they 100% hook up. Yep, okay. So, and then they flash forward to the next morning, and they're laying in bed, and Claire jokingly, like, she's laughing, and she's like, we should totally take a lie detector test because nobody believes us. And he kind of smirks and goes, I would take that test. And it's those comments like that which makes me think they're making fun of this.
It's just bad acting.
Yes. Yeah. So, you know, I really feel bad for the guys in this situation because we're in a world pandemic right now.
Yeah.
They left their families. They left things that are important to them to go to this Bachelorette bubble that they're in, and they're basically being played with because the thing is, Claire's openly admitted that she researched Dale. So she knew going into this that she was going to pick Dale. Regardless if they had contact, she had her eyes set on Dale, and that's who she wanted. So she basically just played with these guys' heads. And I don't like it.
Yeah, and it's what's annoying too is like, oh yeah, there's another Bachelorette, but you know, and she seems great. Honestly, like, I feel just from not really being into this franchise at all, I feel like I really like her. I like her more than Claire.
Me too.
However, those guys were more Claire people. And are they going to keep this, you know what I mean?
So I'm going to bring that topic back up when we get to the end of the episode because I have some thoughts on that too. So basically, where are we at right now? So basically, we feel bad. So she needs to go in and dump 16 guys. Yep. That's what Chris tells her to do. So she goes in, she tells them, you know, she chose Dale. She doesn't want to lead them on, and that she was present for them. And when she said that, I was like, what? Because when they watch this episode back, or any of the episodes, you will clearly see that she's not present.
No.
All of her talking heads are, oh, I wish it was with Dale. Oh, God, I miss Dale. Oh, what's Dale doing? I smell Dale's pants. Like, that's her.
Freaks me out.
Correct. So just weird. So then the guys ask if she's going to talk to, if she did talk to Dale before the show. And she's like, no. So again, you know, it's brought up again. So Kenny is one of the guys. He's the boy band manager. He says that she should apologize to the group. And Claire kind of standoffish, says, what do I need to apologize for? And basically, in a nutshell, he's saying for faking it. Like, you basically led all of us on. And I agree with him.
Yeah.
You totally led them on. And Kenny basically called her out and said, I never felt when you were talking to me that it was genuine. Because your mind was always with Dale. So, I don't know. I think she's a phony, whatever. She leaves. And when she leaves, she leaves the thing and she goes out crying to the producers. What are you crying for? This is your fault.
Yeah, it's so weird. And the thing to keep in mind with all of this is people are like, oh, it's 4 weeks, which 4 weeks is quick, but it's really actually only like 8 or 9 days.
Correct. And the amount of time, like I think we said this on the last episode, they've only really spent like maybe 8 hours together.
Yeah, which that's the weirdest part to me.
Right.
And this is something I just really have to say. Somebody like Claire really brings up, her age and how many men she's been treated wrongly by. If you really have all these traumas, there is no way you would let yourself be that vulnerable.
I 100% agree.
There's no, it psychologically just doesn't pan out.
Because she's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that.
So basically now Chris tells Dale, well, you have to propose. So,
that's nice.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of funny because, the guys, they kind of pan over to a scene where the guys are talking in the pool, and a couple of them are like, now Dale has to propose. Like, he never came across as that's what he wanted to do, like, right away. So, I don't know, because the guys obviously spent, technically, from what we're known about the show, he would have spent more time with these guys. So they would have got to know him a little bit more than she did.
Yeah.
But, so, basically, he does propose. And honestly, when he did propose, I felt like it was genuine. Like, it seemed like everything he was saying was, like, genuine to her. But the way she reacted, like, he made me feel like she was way more into him than he is to her.
Yes.
So...
And I feel like the thing with that though too is with those shows, like they're not paying for the ring. The show's paying for the ring.
Correct.
And also there's a lot of people, and this is something that's hard to wrap my mind around, but a lot of people just see giving someone a ring as almost like how people like us would see being in a relationship with somebody. Like they think that's kind of like, oh, we're committed. Not like, oh, this is for life.
Right.
So I think it's just kind of like, oh, you're my girlfriend. Here's, your girlfriend ring.
Right.
So I feel like maybe that's kind of the route he took. And he's like, look, this is what I have to do. It's what I have to do.
Right. And I agree with that. I don't think this is going to last at all, but we'll loop back to our opinions in a minute. So basically, we'll go forward through the episode. So the guys are upset. They're packing their things. Chris comes in, and he basically just lets them know, like, Claire chose Dale proposed, they've left. And a couple of the guys say, hey, like, how do you feel about this situation? And they basically ask, what their thoughts are, if they knew each other before the show. And Chris was like, I flat out asked her, and she swears up and down that they didn't. And he's like, honestly, that's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
And then he basically shocks them and says, well, your journey's not over. And he tells them that they have a choice. They can either stay or they can go, because there's a new Bachelorette coming. And basically the rest of the episode, the guys are deciding if they want to stay or go. Some are really excited to continue, and others are still hung up on Claire.
Yeah.
Which baffles me that it was Blake and I think Jason that were still hung up. And I guess because those two kind of had any of extra time with Claire other than Dale. But even still, like, you don't even know her. Like, how are you hung up on this person?
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like maybe because they were a little bit vulnerable with her, but maybe it's honestly was more of a temper thing.
Maybe.
Because you're like, well, I thought I was here for her when she did this to us. I feel like thinking about it, it's probably just they were just more mad, like more temper.
Maybe. So we're waiting for the ceremony to start, I guess new cocktail reception before Deja comes, and all the guys do end up staying, which I think is a good thing. And then enter Deja, and then the episode ends.
Yeah.
But I will say, the ending credits were literally just Dale and Claire making dinner together in a kitchen 4 days out of the bubble, being all giddy, cuddling, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right.
It's just...
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, so I guess we could talk about how we really feel. Not that anyone can tell.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they're kind of at the point in their relationship where they're obviously lusting over each other, and that's just all that's going on.
Well, I did, just because I was curious, I did go ahead and watch a clip from Good Morning America that aired, I guess, this morning.
Yeah.
And it was Clare and Dale, and I just kind of wanted to see how their interactions were together. I think Clare seems still more giddy than Dale, but that really honestly could just be Dale's personality. Yes. And they said they're still happy. The engagement happened a few months ago, and that they said, basically in their words were, that was an easy part for them being engaged. Now they're just standing by each other's side and they're just enjoying it. And then that, Michael Strahan said about the whole, did you guys know each other again? And they both laughed, and like, we'll address that on, I guess the tell-all is going to happen next week. So we'll get to hear from them again. Yay. Can't Deja just have her moment?
Yeah. I mean, so that was only, was it 5 months ago? Or it's only been a couple months since that.
Yeah.
And that was a good time, and they're just standing by each other. If they're just standing by each other's side now, and they've barely known each other, that's a rocky road.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't know. Because Dale has, like, publicly said he's trying to grow a career in, like, the media and to be, like, host of show, I don't buy it. I think Claire's a floozy. I don't like her. I just really don't. I don't care.
Brought out the F word.
I did. And I don't know. I would put money on this not lasting past January. Honestly, I just can't imagine it lasting.
No, and I feel like, honestly, she's making it seem like, I'm a grown woman. I know what I want. I'm taking this bull by the horns, and, so she's going to shake up the Bachelorette thing. I feel like she's probably going to be back later in the season.
Oh.
For attention.
Yeah. Because I think that's all this was attention. This is the 4th time you're in this, like, something in the franchise. Like, we get it. You're old. Okay, nobody cares. And first off, 39 isn't even old.
It's not much older than we are.
No, and the fact that she kept going on about this, like, being so old, like, you're not old. Like, just stop it. I don't like the whole thing. I think it's stupid. This whole thing was just, I feel like, a waste of people's time, and it just kind of shows the character she is. And again, I'm not buying it for a second that they weren't talking before. Like, you researched Dale. You knew you were coming in for him, and somebody, I read like a clip that they said that if you caught it, and I guess I didn't catch this on the first night, when he got out of the limo, she mouthed, "I knew it." So she, like, knew he was going to be coming next or coming whatever, where technically you're not supposed to know, like, for sure.
Okay.
And any of that. So who knows? And I mean, at the end of the day, they can lie as much as they want. None of us are ever really going to know the truth. And I mean, whatever. I don't know. I just don't think they're going to ever admit to it.
No, because I mean, it could be something with, first of all, it could be something with production, even like a ratings thing. Because, you think about the TV that's been popular, like Tiger King, like something has to be really crazy. And I mean, how long have these shows been, both The Bachelor and Bachelorette, been around for many episodes have been out. So they got to shake things up. So it could have been a production thing. It could have been Claire. It could have been, they could have cooked something up together. There's so many ways that it could be construed, but it definitely seems super fake, especially somebody who, she's out there saying she's been through all this. There's no, unless she is severely mentally ill, which again,
she could be.
There's nothing wrong with that, but that would be, an untreated mental illness could lead somebody to that.
Right. And I mean, I agree with you completely. For how much she talked about her past relationships and being hurt, like, why in the world would you let someone in that quickly? And I think the thing is, like, and, like, I guess I believe that to an extent, but I also wouldn't, like, my current boyfriend, if he would have proposed on, week 3 of us dating, I would have been like, no.
100%. Like, you can know, like, I think I'm going to marry this guy, but also, like, you're not going to do it yet.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, what if he's an axe murderer?
Right. You don't know him.
In 8 days, like, he could literally be El Chapo's son and you wouldn't know.
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? You know how, like, these young girls, they date, like, these military guys, and then they have to marry them so they can live on base,
Yes.
and they're so in love, but they know each other for 2 weeks, and you know what? Those relationships, they end in divorce.
Always.
Like, I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah.
it.
And then, you know, from both sides, it's like, did you not see this coming?
I know.
Like, do you not see the sky is blue? I don't know. It's so, people really are that stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that totally exists in this world. Like, you forget that those kind of people run around all over town, but it's hard to process that.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we should talk a little bit about Deja.
Yes. So we're going to talk about Deja.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about her now.
Yes.
It's her time to shine. No more
Yes.
Clare and Dale.
Yeah,
Clare and Dale. Look at the one I'm talking
Hopefully
about.
she does get time to shine, though.
Yeah. I think, so from the previews for next week, they did show a little bit about, you know, her entering, and it looks like the guys are a little standoffish, but honestly, like, she should expect that. The guys just, like, went through the last 8 days of basically having their heads messed with.
Yeah. Yeah, and
So-
they didn't know this was...
No.
That's never happened before, so obviously, like we were talking about, with the current situation, producers wanting to, you know, flip things around, but, you know, they didn't know that would happen to them, so, yeah.
Right. And, you know, I was wondering, because you did bring it up before about, you know, these guys came for Claire.
Yeah.
So, are people, like, I don't know 100% for sure, but when the guys are picked to be on the show, are you picked to be matched with that Bachelorette? Because that doesn't mean these people would actually be compatible with Deja.
Exactly. Yeah, because they're two different people, you
Right.
know, maybe
Completely
she's,
different.
like, into skiing, and Claire's into surfing, you know, I mean, that's the thing, people
Yeah.
have different interests. I mean, obviously, I feel like, you know, wanting to be in the media is a big thing, but, you know, I'm sure you would want to go on there and hang out with someone who you have more interests in
Correct.
common with.
So, and I completely agree. They didn't really show us much what's going to happen, but she did say that she doesn't want to feel like a second choice, and that, I guess, is how it's starting to come off, like, right away.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris, see, now she's ruining this podcast.
Yes.
That's all I think about her. So Chris they show a clip of him saying everything's about to change to Deja. So I wonder if all of those guys are going to be sent home, and a new batch is going to be brought in, or those guys stay, and she might get an extra 10 guys put in there.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, which I kind of thought was going to happen anyway, and I hope that does happen for her sake.
Yeah.
So.
Or yeah, maybe that's what I was wondering too, because they have a set, like, a number that they use. Are they going to bring back Yosef? Like, what's
Oh, Yosef.
going to happen?
Oh,
You know?
I miss him.
Yeah. I mean, they have to, like, they can't I mean, it's messed up because they're already shortchanging her. 'Cause
Right.
She lost the first 4 episodes. So what are they going to do? Is it going to be the same thing over? Is it going to be a different kind of Bachelorette? Like,
Yeah, and I have to agree, like, I think it's going to be different, but most of the guys that were there, and I don't know if it's just because there was so much attention on Dale, but a lot of the guys to me seem kind of like duds. Like,
Yeah.
they don't seem, I don't know, none of them really stand out to me as like, oh, this seems like a really cool guy. Like, I want to hear more about him. Like, some of them have quirks. Like, I thought Easy was like, he seemed cool and like a genuine guy. Bennett, I think, just seems funny. He's like this like rich guy that, I don't know, I just want to go have like a cocktail with.
get facials.
Yeah,
together.
because that's what you would do with him. But Blake rubs me the wrong way. He seems like he would be like an obsessive boyfriend, and I don't like him. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him, but I don't know. So I don't really know what's gonna happen from here out.
No. Yeah, and I mean, I wonder how much of a say the girls actually get. Like, do they say, like, these are my kind of, do they give them a list? Like, I am interested in this, this, and this. I want somebody's this, and this.
I would hope so, because I would hate, like, for a production company to be like, all right, you're cast, and then here's these guys. Because really, like, then you're really setting it up for a failure, which, I mean, honestly, that makes good TV.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know. And it's like they're two totally different people. They should have two totally different. I mean, again, love is blind, whatever, but they should have different kinds of people.
yeah, I agree. So, I don't know what's going to happen here out, but hopefully it's entertaining. Because, and I'm tired of talking about Clare and Dale, so hopefully, well, we're going to have to talk about them next week because there is the, you know, after the rose thing with them, so we're going to deep dive into that again. Yay. Who's excited? Not me.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the most exciting thing that we know so far from this, what's going to happen from this season is going to be the tell-all.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that'll be interesting. I'd like to hear more of the guys' perspective too, so I'll be excited for that episode for sure, because I think the guys are very vocal of how they feel about the whole situation.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and we might learn the truth, or maybe some nuggets to lead us there.
Yeah, eventually, I will say, it's going to get leaked that they were talking. Like, someone's going to leak it. You know, a friend that's mad at you is going to leak it. Like, it just happens. Nothing stays a secret. You know, when you're in the public eye, it's hard to keep things a secret. So.
Yeah, there had to have been some kind of conversation.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100% think so.
And if Yosef gets a hold of it, we'll know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, well, I guess we'll wrap this one up and tune in next week. It'll be regular time next week. It should be on Tuesday, so we'll air on Wednesday.
There we go. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.